All right, good Saturday afternoon and a yabba dabba doo, sports fans. Welcome back to just outside of Detroit, Michigan for your third and final round robin game of the Great Lakes Girls Fest, featuring your Pittsburgh Penguins Elite 12U girls Attanucci and these Livonia Knights in the white jerseys with blue trim and black pants, black helmets. Our girls in their black Snoop Dogs. 2:25 on the warm-up clock. We are the away team today, so that doesn't place nearly the talking burden on me as being the home team does when Adam plays his music, so you won't have to hear nearly as much dead air commentary in between the action shots. From me today, we're likely going to start a little early. 2 minutes on the warm-up clock. Puck drop was scheduled for 4:30. We're going to start at probably about 4:23, 4:24 if I were to guess. As the ice was ready early, we had this exact same matchup between the 10U Attanuccis and these Livonia Knights prior to us. The Little Nuccis, as I like to call them, came out victorious in that game 1-0 in a spirited match at the 10U level to wrap up their round robin play. I think that makes them 2-1. By all accounts, and I will lead what I'm about to say with this qualifier, Kathy Pippi runs the most complex tournament tiebreaker scheme in the history of hockey. About 2/3 of it makes no sense to anybody that understands hockey, but that's what they do. So we believe that this is a matchup of two 2-0 teams. I believe they are the only 2-0 teams in the bracket. So this matchup should determine the number one seed going into tomorrow morning's semifinals. I will tell you, though, that the loser of this game has a chance to fall to 3 or 4 because there are two teams that are 1-1 that, depending on how those other games go, could end up 2-1. The loser of this game is going to end up 2-1. And then the complex tiebreaker, and remember, they use things like who has the longest hair, who ate the most hot dogs, which team took the longest shower, and who drove the farthest in order to determine who wins the tiebreaker. It doesn't always make sense, but once we get there, anything can go. So the easiest answer is to win this game, have the number one seed, and figure out who we're going to play in the morning. Either way, the semifinals are both at 8 or 8:15 tomorrow morning, and I believe we're pretty much guaranteed to get in there, as there are two 0-2 teams. But again, stranger things have happened when these things go to the tiebreakers. So the only guarantee is we win and we're number one. After that, we've got to wait for them to run the machinations, the calculations, the adjustments, the rounding errors, the tiebreakers, the bribe payments, and everything else that determines where everyone finishes. So the Nuccis are going to gather around the net for some final team words before they head over to the bench to get instructions from Michael, Jason, Shireen, and Eric, the namesake of the Nuccis. And we will get this game number 3 of the round robin underway. Livonia's already ready. The Nuccis are still at the net. And we're going to play 13 minutes like we have all tournament. Now the Nuccis are going to skate over to the net. Now the Knights are going to be at their net, and our girls are going to be at the bench. So they're just doing the same thing our girls did, but backwards. And now they're going to go back to their bench, and we're going to be at the bench, and we're going to get this all figured out. They've got a goalie that's in some type of goalie garb that doesn't even match their team. We'll call her the emergency backup goalie. And goaltender Howe is going to take the long skate to my left, and she will grab the pipes as Warner, Shannon, and Gaffney, Bukovich, and McVeigh come out to start this game. Stripes checking with everybody. 13-minute periods. And here we go. Back to McVeigh. McVeigh ahead, too far for Gaffney. Knights pick it up. Warner chips it in deeper. Gaffney going to go chase it into the corner. Gaffney lost the puck. And it's going to go around to the far side. Knights have it there. They kick it ahead. Warner strips it away center ice. She's battling up the near wall, stops. A Knights player trips over the top of the circle there. Nobody there. She just lost an edge and fell down as they continue to battle for the puck along the near wall. Comes back to the point. McVeigh tried to hold, can't. They get around McVeigh. Now Bukovic pushes that player into the wall, into the near corner, off the back of the net, in behind now. They center right through the goal mouth, nothing. Up to the point, they hold it. Warner chops at it. It goes into the corner, now behind the net. Knights pick it up there. They try to center, lost it. Bukovic hit McVeigh. Knights send it in deeper. Bukovic throws it behind the net where the Knights are going to pick it up. Warner's going to come battle. They flick it around towards Stripes. He kicks his leg up like a donkey, and the puck goes back into the corner. And they're going to battle there. Bukovic and the Knights player. Now Shannon's going to pick it up. She'll chip it by that Knight up ahead to Warner. One-on-one with a Knight. Warner gets around that Knight. There's another one hurrying to get back. And she had a bigger motor than Warner, and she beat her to the puck. And now Shannon comes out of there with it. Warner has it, throws it in deeper. It's still loose along the wall. They tie each other up and chip it by Betzler. And Claherty's jumped on, and not before we get an icing. So here comes Claherty, Stevens, and Makasenka with Betzler and Zivkovic back. The Stripes kicks the puck down the ice to the other stripe. And he looks at him and shakes his head and says, "You lazy guy, pick it up." At least that's what I think he said. Claherty, Stevens, Makasenka. Claherty over to Stevens. To the point to Betzler. Betzler throws it into the far corner. Makasenka rather. Stevens comes in with it, skates in with it, can't get around that one player. Back over to the wall, where they're going to go battle for it. They chip it to the point past Zivkovic out. Betzler picks it up there. Betzler turns, throws it, cut off by a Knight. Stevens. Stevens picks it up, over to Claherty. Stevens down the near wall, throws it in on net, and the Knights goalie is going to cover that one up with 11:07 to go. We'll come to the near circle. So I'm going to give a shout out to my good friends at Slap Shots there. That's the bar I tipped up to show you. I've been using their Wi-Fi all weekend, and it's brought you the signal you have. So shout out to Slap Shots here at the Big Boy Arena for providing the Wi-Fi that's allowed me to broadcast. The Stevens backhand in front to Makasenka. Whacking at it, can't put it in, below the end line now. Over to the wall, Stevens. Stevens skates out with it. Stevens rips a shot, goalie knocks that down. Hit her in the chest and she covered it up. 10:53. And Barber's banging the blocker over there on the bench. Aaron just said she's going to break it. She loves to bang it on the top of that wall, though. The numerical line, Scarlatelli, Mrazek, and Dixon come out. With Blinka and Bukovic back. Blinka off her fight in the morning game. And here come the Knights down the far side. Bukovic trying to push him. They get a shot off, goes through the goal mouth into the near corner. I need to tip up a little bit after the bar shot there. I'm out of whack. And here comes Dixon. Dixon through center ice. Dixon still skating. Dixon throws it on net, bounces off the goalie into the corner. This goalie seems to give up some rebounds. Stripes is like, "Don't hit me." Back to the point, comes out. Blinka throws it in ahead to Dixon. Dixon chops it down towards Stripes. Into the corner, where Knights player stops, turns, and takes it up the near far wall. Blinka tipped it. Knights still regain, come up that far wall. Mrazek pushed that player. The player chopped it in below. Bukovic reverses dangerously to Mrazek. Mrazek up the wall, past the Knights player and out. And Scarlatelli's going to turn on the Jets, but she's not going to get there as the Knights pick it up. Here comes Gaffney. They skate by her. They skate by Zivkovic, and McVeigh clears it back to neutral ice. Knights throw it in, and McVeigh chips it out. She gains the red line and throws it ahead to Shannon, who loses it to a Knight. Knights center it. McVeigh chips it back the other way for Shannon. Shannon dances at the blue line, which is always dangerous, before throwing it in deeper. Knights come up the near wall. McVeigh chopped at it, stopped it. Knights come. As Knights player fell down there at the blue line. McVeigh picks it up, sends it up the wall, past everybody, but it'll get on net, and that'll negate the icing. So the Knights will bring it up the near wall. As Shannon picks it up, oh, she overskated it. Now McVeigh will have it at the point. McVeigh will throw it in towards the net. It goes off Shannon's skate, or Warner's skates rather. Over to the far side, Shannon whacking at it. Knights player takes it in behind their own cage. 8:50 to go first period. Warner applies some pressure. Knights can't get it out as McVeigh steps up, throws it into Shannon. Shannon turns and shoots. Goalie knocks that to the near corner. Knights have it behind the net now. Knights turning, coming up the near wall. Lots of room for this player. Zivkovic tries to push her to the outside. She skates by Zivkovic, who falls down. Comes in on goaltender Howe with a big save. Puck loose in front. Empty net. And goaltender Howe left that backside of the net open. And it's 1-0 Knights. It all started when Zivkovic fell down and they skated around her. And just never recovered from there. And it's now 1-0 Knights as Stevens, Clardy, and Makasenka come out with Blinka and Betzler back. They put it over to Stevens. Stevens fights for it. She gathers it up. Stevens coming up. Stevens gets a shot off, but it gets blocked by a Knight. And here they come the other way. Makasenka digging. Blinka sent it into Stevens. Stevens shoots again. Low, off the goalie, rebound into the far corner. They beat and bang over there, and they throw it in deeper. Behind the Knights goalie, up the near wall now, where Betzler's going to hold the point. Betzler throws it into the middle. Knights pick it up there. They throw it down to Makasenka. Makasenka tried to get it across to Stevens. It was behind her. Good thought, bad execution, and here come the Knights the other way. They turn Stevens. Stevens can't get a handle on it as she gets bumped. They continue to battle. Makasenka knocked that Knight down at center ice, and they're going to call Makasenka for that one. She knocked that Knight down center ice, and Kylie's going to go sit in the bin with Adam for 1.5 minutes with 7:30 to go. Roughing call on Makasenka. And Stevens needs to go off the ice here as Dixon and Scarlatelli come out, fresh legs, with Blinka and Betzler back. Dixon and Scarlatelli come out to kill this penalty to Makasenka. Draw, Knights win it back, they shoot. Howe never saw that one. High left. She didn't even react. Just like that, it's 2-0. Makasenka didn't even get to warm up the bench in the box. And we're down 2. So this will be a test. The girls haven't been down all weekend. We'll see how they respond. Numerical line, Mrazek, Dixon, and Scarlatelli out now. McVeigh and Bukovic back. Scarlatelli steps in, Stripes waits for Dixon to get in her spot. Dixon jumped it, couldn't hold it. And Mrazek puts it over. Scarlatelli can't get it out. Knights chip it past Mrazek. Bukovic below the end line. She stops, turns, throws it up the wall to the point, not out. They golf it back. This time it will come out. Dixon couldn't get a handle on it, and the Knights knock it in. They send it back to center ice. Knights send it back the other way. Mrazek picks it up. Mrazek loses it. Knights go back the other way, and Bukovic is going to pick it up. Bukovic will send it ahead to Dixon off her stick too far. Dixon chips it, goes into the zone up the far side, and Scarlatelli's going to go have to do some work behind the net. She comes out of there with it, can't center it. She's battling. Knights throw it through neutral ice, and that's going to get on net. And that will negate the icing as Bukovic picks it up behind the net. Bukovic up the far wall. Bukovic end-to-end here so far. Bukovic comes in on the backhand, shoots. Goalie gloves that. There's 6:21 to go. We'll come to the near circle. Warner, Gaffney, Shannon come out with Betzler and Zivkovic. Girls down 2 with 6:21 to go in the first. Warner steps in. Puck dies on the dot. Knights skate in and pick it up. Warner takes it away. She turns, trying to get on her forehand. She skates across the top, loses the puck, regains, loses it again. Knights have it. Gaffney kicks at it. Zivkovic sends it back the other way to a Knight at the red line where Warner's going to provide some pressure. Knights player falls down. They pick it up and gain the zone. Centering pass too far, comes into the far corner where a Knights player is going to pick it up, send it back to the point. Gaffney whacked at it, can't get it out. Warner picks it up, over to the wall. Warner gets it out. Oh, they called it in, but looked out to me. And the Knights regain down the near wall. Drop to the point. Warner knocked it out. Shannon knocked it out. Shannon gets knocked over. D-to-D pass by the Knights. They send it up too far, and Zivkovic's going to go chase that down. She's going to backhand it around past Betzler to to a Knight on the half wall. They're going to take it in behind the net. Zivkovic's stick's being held. And they beat Howe on the short side on a wraparound. That was not a good one by any means, as they beat Howe on the short side. She was not on the post. She had her pad flat on the ice, and the girl knocked it off her pad into the net. She was not hugging that post, and we're 7 minutes in, down 3. This top line needs to get moving and find the net in a hurry, or this is going to get ugly. As Knights take that face off, Makasenka picks it up. Here she comes up the far side. She had to wait as Clardy jumped the zone and couldn't wait, and now they're offsides. So the girls look a little sloppy here. So we'll see what happens. As Clardy draws it back, Bukovic is going to have to go chase it down. He's going to take it in behind the net, up the far wall, where Makasenka puts it ahead to Clardy one-on-one. She's got Stevens trailing. Clardy, wide angle. She comes in backhand. Goalie covers that one as Stevens and Clardy collide behind the net, and they go down. They're both up. Goalie netted that one as Clardy came in at her bad angle here from the near side. Had Stevens trailing to play. Clardy's going to step in for this draw. Over to Stevens. Stevens throws it off the side of the net, off the wall. Going to have Bukovic hold it. Bukovic throws it into the middle, but it's a Knight. Stevens picked it up. Puck still loose. Knights are going to pick it up there and come up the near wall. Blinka's going to reverse it. Knights are going to pick it up, have to wait for the zone to clear, which they do. Blinka's going to send it ahead. Too hard for Makasenka. She golfed it. Clardy holds the line. And they're going to send it up the wall. Stevens tipped it but couldn't hold it, and here come the Knights. Knights up the near wall. Makasenka stands that player up at the blue line, but she maintains the puck. Sends it in deeper. Clardy dropped it off to a Knight, but Makasenka picked her pocket, and here she comes. 1-on-2, Stevens trailing. Makasenka throws it off a Knights player. That's Stevens trailing. And the Knights are going to come up the near wall. Scarlatelli, around Scarlatelli. Around McVeigh. In behind the net now, where Zivkovic's going to go chase it down. She's going to try to send it up the wall, reverse direction now. She's going to come to the near side. Dangerously in front of her own net. She's going to go up the near wall. All the way in deep now, Zivkovic centered it. Nobody there except a bunch of Knights. They continue to chop at it, still chopping at it. There's a lot of shoving in front of that net. And somebody from the Pens looks like they took a shot. It's going to be Scarlatelli. She seems to be favoring an arm or something there, as one of the Knights is going to go to the box. Whacking at Scarlatelli, high stick. So on the power play, we're going to go with Mrazek, Dixon, and Warner. McVeigh and Zivkovic back. Top line doesn't appear to be doing anything, so they're not going to get this chance. As Dixon gets a shot on the net, goalie shoves that aside. And they're going to clear it down. That's going to be an icing. Don't even chase it. No point in expending the effort. And 9 seconds gone in the penalty. We'll come back down here to the far circle. As Barber bangs the blocker. Warner. Pushes the puck below the end line behind the net now. Comes up the near wall. Knights pick it up there. They chip it by McVeigh. They wave off the icing as Zivkovic gets hit. Can't do anything with it. Warner picks it up. Warner takes it behind the net, up ahead, too far for Dixon. Knights are going to hold it shorthanded, send it into the center. And McVeigh's going to pick it up there, send it up to the point. Knights are going to hold. Again, shorthanded, as Zivkovic picks it up in the far corner. Zivkovic throws it into the center of the ice, which is going to end up with a Knight. And they're going to take it up the near wall out of their defensive zone. Warner steps across, puck loose, Knights pick it up. D-to-D pass. They're toying with us now. I mean, we've accomplished nothing on this power play. As they come up the near wall by Warner, by McVeigh. Warner got a stick in there and stopped the puck. She chips it past that player, but the Knights are going to regroup at the top of their defensive zone with 18 seconds to go in their penalty. And Zivkovic chipped it away. Warner picked it up the far side. Warner still with it. Warner throws it into the center for Claherty. Claherty shoots, misses the net. Warner chipping at it into the corner where Dixon tried to get it, couldn't. Claherty chopped at it, couldn't get it, and the Knights cleared out. Penalty over. Knights come up the near side. McVeigh poked it away. So we've now got Warner, Gaffney, and Claherty out here as the puck goes in behind the net now. Now in front, goaltender Howe's going to get her glove on that one with 1:23 to go. We'll get a draw in the defensive zone, and we're going to go with Shannon, Gaffney, and Claherty. So they appear to be shaking them up. As the Knights push it in on goaltender Howe, and she covers it up. And we'll do it again. Same players, different time, same circle. Same result. Knights push it forward right on to Howe. And they scramble for it. It was not covered, but the Stripes blew the whistle. And he's fixing the net. Oh, the net came off. That's why he blew it dead. And we'll go back. Same circles, same players, different time. Got to try to win one of these faceoffs, as these Knights are throwing it right on the net, and they do it again. Into the corner. Blinka hustled back there, back to the point, but not out. They throw it in front. Gaffney got a stick on it, couldn't do anything with it, and they shot and missed far side. Knights have it in the corner. Back to the point. Shannon overskated, couldn't get it out down the far wall. Knights throw it in the center. Gaffney can't get a stick on it. Here comes Blinka. Blinka through neutral ice, looking for a pass. She should have just kept it. She dropped it off. Claherty picked it up coming through the center. She lost it there to the near wall. As the Knights battle back to the point, Betzler threw it in front, never made it to the net. Claherty picked it up, couldn't hold it. Gaffney whacked at it and didn't hit it. And they battle over to the near wall as Betzler gets stood up at the blue line and they push it out. Blinka sends it across the red line for Claherty. Claherty loses it. The Knights chip it in, and Betzler's going to have to go chase it down behind the net with 18 seconds to go. Betzler turns it over behind the end line. Comes up the near wall now. Shannon with 11 seconds to go ahead to Claherty. Be nice to get one before the end of the period here, but time's going to run out. Here comes Claherty on her bad angle. Misses the net far side. 3 seconds to go. It comes back to center to the Knights, and that's going to do it for number one. I'll be back for number two. All right, Hal takes the long skate to my right. And Claherty, Makasenka, and Stevens come out here with Bukovic and McVeigh. to start period number 2. Stripes checking with everybody. Picks up the biscuit, and here we go. Knights win another one. Stevens comes out of there with it. Stevens up the far side. Stevens gets hit, knocked down, loses the puck. Clardy overskates. Bukovic chips it in, and comes back to neutralize, where Bukovic picks it up, sends it back ahead to Stevens. Bouncing puck. She couldn't handle it. There come the Knights down the far side, around McVeigh. Shot, missed to the far side. It's on the back of the net now. As Clardy and Stevens battle back there, and it's going to be Makasenka picking it up, digging it out of the corner, coming up the near wall. Makasenka, 3 Knights. Makasenka gets pulled down. They're going to call that one. And we're going to get a power play with 12:21 to go. We'll come down here for a face-off as they're going to call the Knights players. Let's see what they call here. They're going to call interference. So we're going to go down to the far circle. Stevens, Clardy, Makasenka, Betzler, and Zivkovic. So Clardy's going to take this draw. Over to Stevens. It's in her feet. Bouncing puck in behind the net. Makasenka's going to go battle. Bouncing puck comes in. Betzler, Zivkovic cheated in. Stevens covers her high. They throw it off the side of the net. Knights are going to pick it up there. We're going to have an easy exit because Stevens was covering Zivkovic. And they're going to come up the far side. Betzler stood her up, and the team momentum was going the wrong way, though, as the Knights are going to pick it up on the blue line. They're going to send it back. Stevens will pick it up. Stevens tried to send it further, couldn't. Knights will bang it in behind goaltender Howe. Zivkovic will pick it up there, up the wall. Not out as the Knights stop it. They throw it in deeper. Stevens, now Clardy. Clardy coming through neutral ice. Clardy gets tripped up. No call. Makasenka throws it on net, goes in behind the net. Stevens wanted it. She gets it out to her. She'll shoot from there. Hits a girl in the shin. Looked like it would have been wide anyway. With 30 seconds to go in the penalty, the Knights are coming up the near wall shorthanded. Stevens picks it up. Here comes Stevens through neutral ice. Stevens down the far side, gets around one Knights player. Stevens rips a shot, top left corner. And there's the goal we needed to get this team going. Stevens finds the top left corner on the power play, and it's 3-1. Maybe that's a spark this team needs to get going as Barber bangs the blocker. So they tally one with 11:08 to go, second period on the power play. Numerical line, Mrazek, Dixon, Scarlatelli come out. We'll see if that's a spark they need as Blinka steps up, throws it down the near side into the corner. Puck behind the net. Scarlatelli digging hard, back to the point. Bukovic throws it in. Dixon picks it up. She has room. Dixon throws it, tipped by a player into the near corner. Scarlatelli picks it up. Scarlatelli throws it in the corner below Stripes. Scarlatelli into the center. Mrazek chips it deeper. Knights pick it up there. Mrazek through her legs, and here come the Knights 3-on-2. They get around Blinka. Bukovic knocked that shot down. Dixon kicks at it. It's loose in the zone. Puck still loose in between the circles. Goes below the end line, and Bukovic sends it ahead to Mrazek, who can't get it out. Knights send it in deeper behind the net now, where it's going to be Scarlatelli picking it up in the near corner. Scarlatelli comes up the near wall, can't get it out. Puck loose into the center. Turnover. Blinka applies some pressure. Blinka separates that player from the puck, throws it. It dribbles. Scarlatelli needs to hurry, and she's going to get a breakaway out of this. And Scarlatelli finds the low left side of the net. And just like that, it's 3-2. Scarlatelli, an amazing hustle to catch up to that puck. It was drifting into the zone, and just like that, it's 3-2. Scarlatelli turned on the Jets and found the low left side of that net on a lazy clear. And it's 3-2 Pens. Momentum changed. There's the face-off as Shannon jumps it coming in. Shannon gets separated from the puck. Shannon with the backhand, goalie with the save. Warner with a shot, goalie with the save. Puck loose on the doorstep. Shannon turns, can't get a stick on it. She throws it in deeper. Knights have it in the far circle. They throw it up the wall. Warner knocks it down. Warner sends it back to the point, too far for McVeigh. Zivkovic's going to need to turn on the Jets. 3 Knights pursuing. Take it all the way around, AZ. No, she backhands it right to a Knight. Warner picks it up, tries to anyway, can't. Knights have it. Shannon overskates. She has it behind Howe. Shannon into the near corner. Shannon up the wall. Shannon looking for a pass. She's got it stuck in Warner's feet. Shannon still skating. Warner tipped it, held the zone momentarily. It came out. Zivkovic chipped it in, but Shannon was offsides. 9:15. Second period, out come the big guns, Makasenka, Clardy, and Stevens. Blinka and Betzler back. Let's take advantage of this momentum, 3-2. Knights making a late change. Clardy takes the draw back to Blinka. Blinka throws it in deep. Makasenka's going to have to go dig it out of that corner. They shoulder her out of there. They have it on the wall. They try to get by Stevens. They do. They get by Blinka. Blinka gets steamrolled by a Knights player as Betzler sends it back the other way. Stevens picks it up. Stevens up the near side, back into the center now. Still dancing with that puck, Stevens. She dropped it for Blinka. Blinka couldn't get there. She didn't try to drop it. She lost it. They get around Betzler. Blinka needs to get over there and apply some pressure. Shot. Howe gloves that one and holds on. And with 8:41 to go, we're going to get a draw to Howe's right. Your left on the screen. The action has picked up. Clardy, Stevens, Makasenka, Blinka, and Betzler. Clardy puts it into the corner. Betzler sends it around behind. Blinka needs to get over there. Knights player beats her to it. They battle. Up the wall, Makasenka chips. Can't get it by. Down and deep, Betzler. Betzler should have went all the way around, didn't. Blinka sends it out, and here it comes. Clardy applying pressure. Clardy whacks at it. Separates the player from the puck, Stevens. Stevens picks it up, dances around. Gets a shot off, but it was weak, and the goalie covers that one up. Clardy stole that when Stevens came in. Didn't get much on that backhand, and the goalie knocked that down. So we'll go to the far circle. Numerical line, Mrazek, Dixon, Scarlatelli with Bukovic and McVeigh. As Scarlatelli stands it up on the dot, sends it over here to the near wall. Bukovic is skating hard to hold it, does, throws it in deeper. Dixon didn't see it go down into that corner, but she's going to battle for it anyway. They battle in the corner, the Knights come out of there with it. Scarlatelli, or Mrazek in the battle. McVeigh steps up. Over to the wall. McVeigh couldn't hold it that time. She turns, sends it in, but Scarlatelli and Dixon had not yet gotten out. And with 7:39, we're going to go to the dot in front of the Penguins bench. Oh no, they're going to bring it back to center ice. Numerical line steps in for this draw. Dixon pushes it, or Scarlatelli pushed it forward. They skate around Mrazek, dump it into the far corner. Bukovic picks it up there. Bad bounce off the side of the net. Goes below the net now. Knights picked it back up. Dixon got a stick on there to stop that Knights player. Bukovic sends it into the corner. Dixon picks it up there, sends it ahead. It gets by that Knights player, but that'll wave off the icing as Scarlatelli's going to go chase it down. In the corner with a Knights player. That Knights player loses it. Scarlatelli centers it. Dixon couldn't get a stick down. Gaffney tried to separate that player from the puck. She skated right by her. Here they come. McVeigh pushing the player to the corner with a little bit of his shoulder. That player falls down. Now she whacks at McVeigh, no call. Dixon sends it deeper. Gaffney. Gaffney up the wall for Dixon. Here comes Dixon with Warner as a shield. Dixon into the zone, up the wall. Dixon gets stood up on the wall. Gaffney came over and the Knights player skated right by her. Bukovic held that player up, separated her from the puck, and Zivkovic picks it up. Zivkovic over to the blue line, throws it across for Warner. It gets stuck in her skates, but she picks it up. Warner down the near side. Warner moving along the goal line, still with the puck. In behind the net now, still with the puck, Warner. Warner centered it for Shannon. Shannon missed to the far side. Puck in the near corner. Comes loose on the circle. Knights are going to take it behind the net. Around to the far side, Warner, no. Betzler held it, got it to Gaffney. Gaffney got knocked down, no call. Knights have it top of their defensive zone. Back to Zivkovic. Zivkovic cheats it ahead to Shannon. Shannon put it to Warner on the blue line. Almost created an offsides, but it didn't. They hold it at the point. Betzler. Betzler throws it in deeper. Shannon's on the ice. She needs to get up. Betzler holds it again, sends it in deeper down the far side. 5:46 to go. We need to go battle in that corner. Puck up the wall. Betzler can't hold it. Zivkovic chipped it. It's in the Knights player's feet. And here she comes up the near side. They're going to call it offsides and bring it back to the dot. So we got Stevens, Makasenka, and Clardy. Bukovic and Blinka. Face off over to Makasenka. They battle. Knights send it in deeper. All the way behind Howe around to the far side. Knights are going to get there first. They drop it to the point. Stevens whacks. Bukovic picks it up. Tried to go ahead to Stevens. Couldn't get it there. Knights player falls down, sends it along the blue line. Into the near corner. Makasenka provides pressure. Down the near wall. Stevens applies pressure. The player still has it. They turn. Backhand. Goaltender Howe gloves that one. With 5:07 to go, we'll come to the near circle. Clardy's going to step in again. Wins it back in the direction of Blinka. Up the wall, not out. They hold the point. They shoot from there, miss to the near side. Around to the far corner, Bukovic hurries. She can't get there. She tips it, not out to the point. Stevens picks it up. Here she comes. Stevens up the far side. Around one. One more to beat. Tried to put it ahead to Makasenka. Couldn't do it. Clardy's going to have to go do some work behind the net. They get it around Clardy up the wall. Blinka's at the point. They send it in deeper. Stevens pokes. They have it behind the goal line now. They send it to the center of the zone, and here come the Knights. Around Bukovic. It's going to get in too deep. Just watch the centering pass. It comes off the side of the net to the near corner. Clardy behind stripes. Clardy loses the puck on the half wall. They send it ahead to Makasenka. Makasenka caught him in the change. Makasenka down the near side. Makasenka can't get a shot off as she's level. No call. Clardy can't get it. Over to the point, Bukovic. They send it in deeper. Knights have it there. Clardy whacks at it. They're going to battle along the wall. Clardy's still battling. She has it. Centering pass. Stevens tipped it. No, it doesn't go in. Stevens whacks again. It doesn't go in. In behind the net to the corner. Blinka can't hold the point, and down it goes. It's a foot race. This Knights player has a step on Blinka, but Blinka ties her up. Another Knights player comes up and picks it up. She skates into the center. Backhand. Blinka gets another stick in there to stop it. Puck tipped by Bukovic into the far corner. Puck behind the net now. Bukovic. Bukovic reverses direction. Goes the other way with it. Dixon got on for Makasenka, but Clardy and Stevens have been out there a long time. Puck comes on, goaltender Howe. She sends it. Another rebound, Howe with a save. Blinka pushes it over to the far wall. Puck loose in the center, Dixon. Dixon got out there for Makasenka. Clardy and Stevens still stuck. Shot from the point. Gets all the way through. Howe knocked that down. Bukovic behind the net. Bukovic gets pushed to the wall. Comes out of there and still gets the puck, falls down. Puck on the half wall. Dixon comes down. Here comes Clardy. It's in her feet. She loses it. Stevens stands that player up. And we're going to get an offsides, which will finally let them change. With 3:02 to go, as my clock didn't stop, I'll get you back in sync. Numerical line. Mrazek, Dixon, Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli comes out of there with it. Pushes it over to the wall. They battle at neutral ice. Scarlatelli throws it in deeper. Clock back in sync. Knights send it the other way. McVeigh picks it up. Takes it behind the net. McVeigh up the wall. Not out at the point. Mrazek poked at it. Couldn't get it. McVeigh. McVeigh sends it back to the point again. Not out. Scarlatelli will skate it this time. Scarlatelli and Dixon in a 2-on-1. Scarlatelli over to Dixon. She should have kept skating as Dixon gets separated from the puck. Knights are going to send it back the other way. Scarlatelli had the room. She should have kept skating. McVeigh's going to pick it up, take it all the way around behind the net. Bounce it around the boards for Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli's going to chip it, not get it by that night. As McVeigh's going to turn. Mrazek sends it to the point, but not out as Scarlatelli collides with a Knight. McVeigh and a Knight battle down low. Now Mrazek joins the battle. Knights still have it in behind the net. They're coming around the backside on Howe. It's loose in front, still loose in front, still loose in front. They're beating, they're banging, and there's post-whistle action in front of goaltender Howe. But we know where our girls are going to come down on that side of this. After Blinka had her fight this morning. Got a minute 57 to go. We know these girls are going to step in and protect the goaltender as Stripes are talking behind the net with goaltender Howe. Not quite sure what's going on here. They're going to come to the near circle. Stripes must have needed a break. Warner. Gaffney. Shannon. Blinka and Betzler. Puck gets thrown up the wall by Blinka. In on Howe. She tips it behind the net. Betzler picks it up, tries to send it. Betzler sends it around to the near corner. Warner's going to hurry. Warner's going to battle there. Puck comes in. Betzler through her legs. Knights have it behind the net. They throw it off the side of the net. Betzler tries to pick it up. Now off the back of the net into the near corner. Where the Knights are going to pick it up there, try to throw it in. Shannon picks it up behind the net. Now here she comes up the far wall. Paige Shannon skating up the far wall, has a little bit of room, not much. Can't get it out of the zone. She manages to just barely get it out of the zone. Now Warner comes over. They poke it in. Betzler, minute 20 to go. Betzler gets it ahead to Shannon. Shannon and Warner fight for it. Shannon throws it ahead, but it goes to a Knight. Here they come up the near wall with room. Blinka pushes that player in deeper. Centering pass, it gets through. Howe with a big save and a cover on a shot from point blank range on the centering pass that got through our defense. And here comes Makasenka Stevens to join Claherty with Bukovic and McVeigh. With a minute 3 to go, we're going to the far circle. Knights win another one back to the point. Shot off the side of the net. Knights behind the net. Knights still behind the net. Bouncing puck up high. Makasenka needs to hurry. Here she comes up the near side. Makasenka still gains the zone. Tries to put it over to Stevens. It gets through. Stevens gets separated from the puck. McVeigh steps up, chips it in deeper. Stevens puts it down low. It dribbles. Claherty couldn't get a stick on it. Claherty banks it off the wall back to the point. Bukovic holds it at least momentarily. And this time it's going to come out. Stevens regroups center ice. Stevens on the red line, throws it in down the far side. 25 seconds to go. Knights pick it up there. Claherty prides pressure behind the net. The Knights throw it up the wall. Bukovic holds the point. Bukovic throws it in off a Knight. Knights have it center of their defensive zone. Stevens steps up, can't stop it. Claherty chops at it. 11 seconds to go. McVeigh sends it in on the net. Goaltender dives and sends it to the far side with 4 seconds to go. And that's going to do it for the period. We've played 2. It's 3-2 Knights. I'll be back for 3. All right, numerical line. Dixon, Mrazek, Scarlatelli, Betzler, and Zivkovic back. 3-2 entering the third. Howe took the long skate to my left. There's the drop. Livonia wins another one. Back to Betzler. Betzler up the wall. Can't get it out. Turnover. She at least lifted the stick to prevent it. Now behind Howe, centering pass. And Scarlatelli puts it up to Dixon. Dixon coming through neutral ice. Dixon coming down the near side. She puts it on net. Goalie dives and sends that. Dixon tried to center. We're going to get a penalty here. It's It's going to be on the Knights as they throw it in front. We need to get Howe out of the net. As that puck's loose in front, and the Knights finally touch it, and that'll be the penalty. Not sure why Howe didn't come out of the net faster. Here come the big three, Stevens, Claherty, and Makasenka for a power play with Zivkovic and Betzler back. Let's see what happens here. Claherty's looking at Stevens. She draws it back to Zivkovic, who can't hold the point. And Betzler's going to have to retreat. Shorthanded ahead to Stevens. Stevens up the near wall. Stevens throws it on net into the far corner, where Makasenka's going to pick it up. Makasenka tried to center for Claherty, couldn't get it through. They whack at it. Stevens holds the point, puts it over for Claherty, can't get it to her. And Betzler held it momentarily, but couldn't. And now the Knights are going to come up the near wall shorthanded. Stevens stepped in front of that player, separated her from the puck. They get it out, but not far. And the Knights are going to send it back in shorthanded. Betzler's going to send it back to neutral ice. Knights are going to send it back in. And here we go again, bumbling another power play chance into the near corner. Zivkovic picks it up there. It all started when we couldn't hold the initial faceoff, as Zivkovic's going to skate it up now. She's going to turn it over at center ice to a Knight, and it's going to come back the other way. Stevens is going to pick it up. Stevens gets hit into the boards hard. Get up, Addie. And it's going to go behind the net now. Up the near wall. Betzler can't hold, and here come the Knights, 2-on-1. Betzler needs to hurry. They get around Zivkovic. Shot, goaltender Howe saved that one. Betzler recovered and got it off the doorstep and put it up the near wall. And it goes into the corner, and we've spent the entire power play in our defensive zone again. As Stevens kicks it away. And here she comes with it now. Up to Claherty, 1-on-1. Claherty has one player to beat. She's going to get around that player. Claherty gets pulled down. No call, which I don't understand, and Blinka can't hold the point. Here come the Knights down the far wall. Bukovic pushed that player behind the net. Bukovic chips it around to the near corner. That player turned, throws it on net, goes through the goal mouth to the far corner, where Warner's going to go battle. Warner's going to come out of there with it. Warner through neutral ice now. Shannon gets out of her way. Warner gains the blue line. Warner still skating, loses the puck. Shannon picks it up. Shannon shoots. Goalie pokes that to the far corner. Blinka holds the point, throws it in deeper behind the net now, where Warner picks it up. Warner to Shannon. Shannon shoots, misses to the far side. Gaffney falls down in front of the net, and here come the Knights, 4-on-2. They are just a much better team breaking out. And they collide. Two of them collide. And that's going to create an opportunity coming back the other way for Bukovic. Bukovic loses it at the blue line, and Gaffney took it in despite 3 pens in the zone and negated that chance with 9:42 to go. Scarlatelli, Mrazek, and Dixon with McVeigh and Zivkovic back. Knights win another draw. They come up the near wall. They come into the center. Mrazek separated that player from the puck, but another Knight picked it up. Mrazek gets it into the zone. They're going to come down the far wall. Gaffney couldn't hold it. Oh, no, not Gaffney. I'm sorry. Dixon couldn't hold it. And McVeigh skates up. Scarlatelli takes a heavy shoulder. Gets back up. Puck goes into the zone. She comes back and returns the favor, and they're going to be offsides. 9:15 to go. 3-2 Knights. So we'll stick with the numerical line. Scarlatelli's going to step in and take this one. Knights win another one. They push it back. Dixon battling, gets it into the corner. Over to Mrazek. Mrazek dances, can't do anything with it in front of the net. Goes over to the far side where Zivkovic's going to hold. Zivkovic throws it in front of the net. Dixon couldn't get a stick on it. Zivkovic missed to the near side. Dixon up to the point to McVeigh. McVeigh's going to send it in. Mrazek gets a stick on it but can't hold it, and here come the Knights. They got McVeigh tipped the wrong way. They skate right around Zivkovic. Turns into a breakaway. Backhand. Howe got a piece of that one and knocked it to the far side. As Zivkovic picks it up, comes the other way. Zivkovic takes it right in front of the center of the zone, turns it over. Luckily, they got, I thought that was out. Stripes called it good. McVeigh's going to pick it up there, send it up the wall, where they're going to hold the point. We cannot get it out of our defensive zone. This time it does come out, they send it right back in. That came out, they sent it in, and that will be offsides. So the skating in front of our goalie with the puck in our defensive zone befuddles me, but we continue to do it. As Michael talks with Stevens and Clardy, he sends them out with Makasenka. Betzler and Blinka back. And we will see with 8:14 to go in this third period. As the faceoff comes back to Betzler, she chips it out of the zone. Knights send it in, and 3 of their players were offsides. So 8:09, same circle, different time, same players. We'll do it again. Clardy steps in. She tried to jump it, couldn't keep the puck, and Makasenko will go battle along the walls. The Knights chip it in down the far side. Stevens picks it up now. Stevens over to Clardy, crisp pass. Clardy up the near wall, has Makasenko trailing the play. She puts it over there, but it was too far. They clear it back, and Blinka's going to have to wait for the zone to clear. She sends it over to Stevens. Stevens up to Clardy. Clardy on the near wall. Clardy dances, loses the puck. Falls down on her own. She tripped over the red line of the circle there. And the Knights have it back at center ice. Makasenko picked her pocket. Here she comes up the far side. 2 players still to beat. Makasenko gets pulled down. They're going to call that one. As Makasenko gets pulled down. And Michael's going to tell him to stay for the power play. 7:26 to go. They're going to call the Knights for a hook, and they're going to leave Stevens, Makasenko, and Clardy out there, but we're going to change the back end. Blinka for Zivkovic. Let Zivkovic come out and put Blinka on the bench. And here we go. Stevens is in her spot. Clardy gets it to her. Stevens tees up, gets a shot, missed to the near corner as they throw it around to the far corner. Zivkovic picks it up. Zivkovic has her shot blocked, and now the Knights have it, and here they come the other way. Zivkovic turns, has to wait for the zone to clear. It does. She dumps it deep. And behind the net, Kylie's going to need to go do some work there. She can't get there in time. Clardy comes over. They try to shut that down. Puck goes in behind the net. Now Stevens will go over. Stevens will whack at it. They chip it by her up ahead, and it's Betzler on a Knight. That player tips it by Betzler. She's going to win the foot race to the corner. She's going to turn. She's going to throw it back to the point as she had a Knight gaining the zone. Makasenko stripped that away momentarily and shot by Knight into the near corner, missed to the near side. Clardy picks it up. Clardy has Shannon and Makasenko. Stevens came off. Clardy loses the puck entering the zone. Makasenko gets off and lets Warner come out. Here come the Knights shorthanded up the near wall. Zivkovic skated away from the player. Thankfully, Warner got back into the play. And Warner took it away, and here she comes up the ice. Warner with a head of steam out there with Shannon and Gaffney on the power play. Warner loses the puck into the corner. Gaffney skates over. McVeigh throws it in front. Puck now behind the net. Warner has some space. Back to the point to McVeigh. McVeigh throws it in, misses near side. Shannon chips it into the far side. Even strength. They hit that player coming out of the box. It's McVeigh and a Knight. Gaffney takes it off of her. She loses the puck at center ice. To a Knight. Here they come. Bukovic picks it up. 5:38 to go. Bukovic ahead to Warner, too far. The Knights are going to throw it. They wave off the icing, and McVeigh's going to have to chase it down in the near corner. As the puck comes up the near wall, but they can't get it out. Loose into the center of the zone. Bukovic ahead to Warner. Warner can't get it out as they battle. Knights player sends it in deeper. Bukovic behind the net. Up the wall. They hold the point as Gaffney overskates. They come down the near wall. Centering pass, puck loose. Bukovic chips it out of there, and it finally comes out of the zone, albeit momentarily, as the Knights come in on Shannon. Shannon knocked that player down. And Gaffney picked it up, couldn't do anything with it. McVeigh can't get it out. She finally does get it out, and Gaffney picks it up. Gaffney gains the zone. Gaffney over to Shannon. Shannon throws it on the goaltender, who covers it up, and we'll get a face-off. And that'll bring out the numerical line of Mrazek, Dixon, and Scarlatelli with Betzler and Blinka back. We come to the near circle. Penn's down 1. Scarlatelli takes the draw, wins it over in the direction of Dixon. Blinka needs to hurry. She does, and chips it in deep. Need a girl to go down there and do some work. The Knights beat them to it again. They throw it off the wall behind Stripes. They chip it by Betzler. Right to another Knight up the near wall around Blinka. Blinka recovered and poked it to the corner. Blinka pushed the player off the puck and chipped it, but it didn't go very far. Into the far corner. Blinka's back there hustling hard again. Knights center, cut off by Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli puts it ahead to Mrazek. Mrazek up the near wall. Mrazek has Dixon. She's kicking the puck, loses it. Knights send it back the other way. Scarlatelli picked it up. Turnover, Mrazek can't get there. As they battle to hold it on the line, and it goes along the blue line in front of the Knights bench, or it's going to come out. Dixon's going to chip it in down the far wall. Dixon loses the puck. She's going to go battle in the corner. It's going to go up the wall. Blinka tries to hold. She's battling. Mrazek is going to hold. Throw it in, Elena. There it goes. Knights pick it up. They just play disciplined positional hockey, and they beat us to the open pucks. Now they're coming in on a breakaway, and Blinka hustled back and poked that off at the last second. Puck loose on the far point. Everybody overskated, and it's going to be Blinka again. Back to the point shot. Bouncing puck into the near corner. 3:19 to go. Centering pass, and Howe's going to catch that one. And we're going to draw in the near circle. Stevens, Claherty, and Makasenka come out with McVeigh and Zivkovic. Claherty in for another draw. Knights win another one. Back to the point. We got a penalty coming up here. And we'll see who it's going to be on.
Some lame penalty because the refs keep yelling at the other team.
It's going to be on McVeigh. We'll see for what. Slashing. So now we're short. As Claherty puts it in the corner. Makasenka takes it around the backside. Up the wall, but not out, as they're going to hold the point. Shot knocked out by Claherty. Here she comes. Claherty on a breakaway. She's got the space. Claherty with a short-handed goal! 3-3 Pens. Claherty with an incredible play up the far side. Shorty for Claherty, and it's 3-3. With a minute 15 to go. Take that, Stripes. So now we're going to go Stevens, Claherty, Makasenka. We're still short. So Stevens is going to go off. Makasenka, Claherty, Blinka, and Bukovic. As Stevens falls into the bench. God knows what's going on over there. As Blinka pokes it off the Knight. She's fine. She fell into the bench, but Michael said she's fine. Knights have it on the far wall. They send it down. Claherty picks it up there. She's going to take it around the back. Claherty gets separated from the puck behind the net. Blinka sends it over to Claherty. She's got room. Here she comes. Two Knights back, though. She's got Makasenka to her left. Claherty up the near wall. You know she's coming in at that bad angle. Claherty dances. Makasenka couldn't get a blade on it. Makasenka throws it in behind the net, shorthanded, 37 seconds to go, penalty to McVeigh. Knights whip it around, Blinka can't hold. Bukovic needs to turn on the Jets. The Knights kick it in deeper. Bukovic gets there. She loses it behind the net to a Knight. She's still whacking at it. Knights have it behind the net now. Blinka gets in there and battles for it. Comes into the center, and Scarlatelli's going to knock it out of there. Here comes Ferris Scarlatelli with Gaffney. Up the near wall. Knights pick it up and send it back the other way. And we're going to get a call here. Looks like it's going to be offsides. Scarlatelli and Gaffney on a penalty kill with Zivkovic and Betzler. Minute 43 to go in the game. Betzler sends it in deep. That'll kill the penalty as McVeigh comes out. She's going to go straight across. And that's going to let Warner jump on. Warner comes out as Zivkovic picks it up, whacks it ahead. Knights have it. Dribbles across neutral ice. And we're going to get a call against the Knights bench. So that Livonia Knights coach has been chirping this whole game, and it finally bit him. And we're going to be on the power play to end the game here. Looks like we're going to stick with Warner, Gaffney, and Shannon. Betzler and Zivkovic. Warner, battling, throws it into the corner. Knights have it behind the net. Shannon comes over, puck loose, throws it off the side of the net. Shannon picks it up there, puck in the corner. Gaffney overskates. Gaffney overskates again. Knights have it behind the net. Into the corner. Betzler cheats up. This is dangerous, shorthanded. And the Knights have it on the half wall. They're going to knock it by Betzler. Zivkovic pokes at it. Knights skate by her. Warner's going to get over there. Warner separates that player from the puck, and Zivkovic sends it back out. We're on the power play, and we can't get the puck. Shannon! Paige Shannon on a breakaway. Here she comes. Shannon, backhand, misses the net to the near side. They caught up to her. She didn't have nearly the breakaway we hoped. And McVeigh's going to pick it up neutral ice with 34 to go. Mari McVeigh gains his own up the near wall. McVeigh comes in. McVeigh shoots off the side of the net. Into the corner. Knights have it. They're coming up shorthanded. Up the near side. 22 seconds to go. They dump it deep. We got to go do some work here with 18 seconds to go. Bukovic is going to overskate it. Bukovic behind the net. Bukovic up the near wall. She golfs it to the point. They hold. They still hold on. Now it comes out. Shannon kicks it. 8 seconds to go. It's loose. Shannon gets a stick on it. It's going to trickle over to the bench with 3 seconds to go. And that's going to make it a tie at the end of regulation. And I believe the round robin goes to a shootout.
Does the girl that was in the box not get to shoot?
And the girl that's in the box is not eligible to shoot, as Aaron just reminded me.
She's the last one.
And Stripes is still talking to these Livonia coaches. I think he threw them out. He threw out one of the Livonia coaches because he's still chirping.
Who's the other person that's down the penalty box?
We're going to go to the shootout here. And they're going to send out Stevens first. Try to set the tone here for this shootout. Here comes Stevens. There's your view. Stevens saved by the goalie. Goaltender Howe in net. She got that wrister, but the goalie got a stick on it. Here comes the Knights shooter. There she comes. That's your view. Sorry, it's blurry. They beat Howe, top left. They beat Howe, top left on the shootout. Get the focus working again here as Claherty comes out. So the Knights are up 4-3. The final will be 4-3, but I'll just keep moving the score based on the shootout here. Here comes Claherty. Here's your view. Lafferty goes mid-height on the right-hand side. And that ties it up. But they have a shooter in hand. We need Hal to make a save here. We really need Hal to make a save here.
Come on, Ash!
The Stripes needs to get into position. We need Hal to make a save. Oh, and Hal makes a save at the last second and keeps it out on the near side. So we're tied going to the third shooter. And here comes Makasenka. Makasenka with a chance to put us up. And here she goes. There's your view. No goal. So it comes down to Hal. And here comes this shooter for the Knights. There's your view. Hal with a big save. And we go to extra shooters. And out is going to come Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli. There's your view. No goal, save. We need Hal to make another save. There's your view. And they beat Hal high left. And that'll do it. Knights are going to win in a shootout. The final will be posted as 4-3, but they tallied 2 in the shootout. We tallied 1. And your Penzelique girls are going to go down in the shootout. And I'll bring you the handshake action. So we'll wait for the seedings and figure out where we're going to play in the morning, but it'll be an early one. And I'll be with you. We may be back here where the Wi-Fi is great. We may be at another rink where it's not so great. So we'll do the best we can with whatever we're given. And watch your sports engine for times and links. As always, thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your Saturday.